Marvel's Phase 6 has not been revealed yet, however, we do know a lot about a lot of different projects that are going to be announced for Phase 6. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm Warren Thompson, and since the reveal of the entirety of Phase 5 and some of Marvel's Phase 6, fans have been wondering what is in store for us as far as projects are concerned for Phase 6 in the MCU. Unfortunately, Marvel Studios skipped out on some big events this year like San Diego Comic-Con, where they typically announce all of their big reveals. For example, they announced the entirety of Phase 5 and some of Phase 6 at SDCC last year, but sadly this year they did not attend. They do have some events coming up, however, where they could give us a sneak peek at Phase 6, or simply just give us some reveals in their entirety. Plus, not to mention, Disney always does investor meetings and quarterly earnings reports, where they have been known to make some pretty decent reveals in the past. So, what exactly will they be revealing when they finally do get around to telling us what Phase 6 is actually going to be? Luckily for us, we actually know a great deal about what is going to be included in Phase 6, both movies and shows. So we'll break down everything that we know about Phase 6 and what these projects are going to be and could possibly going to be, both confirmed and rumored, in this video. And of course, if you want to stay up to date on the MCU, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the latest MCU news. And if you subscribe and leave a comment down below, you're automatically entered in our giveaway for a chance to win an Xbox Series X, a PS5, some Marvel Legends items, or some DC items. We pick one winner at the end of each month, and the winner gets to pick one item. From a new Fantastic Four movie, to a new Avengers film, to a possible new XMen movie, fans are really excited about Phase 6. However, in regards to the X-Men, Marvel Studios has a pretty specific plan for them, but we'll talk about that at the end. When Marvel Studios originally revealed Phase 6 at San Diego Comic-Con in 2022, they revealed 11 slots for Phase 6. Now, they actually did fill 3 of these slots with the Fantastic Four, with Avengers Kang Dynasty, and Avengers Secret Wars. So, only 8 slots were left unknown. Now, to this day, most of us believe that Marvel Studios didn't really have any intention on sharing any of Phase 6. However, a day before San Diego Comic-Con, a few of the titles for some upcoming projects got released, and 2 of those titles were the new Avengers films. Literally a day before, we found out that the next Avengers film would be called the Kang Dynasty, and the one after that would be Secret Wars. So, in order to control the leaks, we believe that Disney just came out and announced it since they were already out there, so they kind of beat everybody to the leaks, and they threw in the Fantastic Four since Kevin Feige already announced the Fantastic Four was in development, just giving us a little something. But we still believe that they didn't really have true plans on revealing Phase 6 at that Comic-Con, just Phase 5. But of course, we are not complaining, and in the meantime, they have revealed a lot of other projects that are going to be coming to the MCU, so of some insiders. So let's break down what we know. Now, of course, there are movies and shows that have been confirmed by Marvel, just don't have a release date yet. But we know Phase 5's schedule. We know everything in Phase 5, so if it's not coming in Phase 5, it's coming in Phase 6. For example, Wonder Man. We know that there's going to be a Wonder Man Disney Plus show coming. Well, Phase 5 is packed so far, so unless they're going to slide that into Phase 5 somewhere, in which they haven't even begun production on it yet, so I doubt it. So it's coming in Phase 6, and they've already cast for Wonder Man. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II is going to be playing Simon Williams. Now, this project is going to be a little bit different than the projects that we've seen so far. It's kind of going to be like WandaVision was at first. It's kind of going to be satire. So it's going to be interesting to see a show that is also going to be a satire from Marvel Studios. Another one that is confirmed is Armor Wars. Now, originally this was supposed to be a Disney Plus show and was scheduled for Phase 5. However, things have changed. It is now a movie and is most likely now coming out in Phase 6 since they haven't even started pre-production on it yet. However, we do know now that Rhodey, who of course is going to be the main character in Armor Wars, has been a Skrull since Captain America Civil War when he got hurt. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this movie plays out and see the repercussions of that. We also have a confirmed Wakanda/Okoye series coming. Ryan Coogler is coming back to direct this series, and based off of everything that we've heard, it is going to take place in Phase 6. Now, I've heard some people talk about a Black Panther 3. I do not expect a Black Panther 3 to happen in the multiverse saga. I think if we get a Black Panther 3, it's coming in Phase 7 or Phase 8. So if you've heard anything about a Black Panther 3, I wouldn't hold your breath. And then, of course, we have Spider-Man 4. This is confirmed, and it has been confirmed by Sony and by Tom Holland himself. himself. What's interesting is that Marvel and Sony both actually confirmed they were working on Spider-Man 4 already about 2 weeks after Spider-Man No Way Home. But of course things can change, so it's really nice to know that it's still on track, and it was in pre-production before the strikes happened. They had met several times, they were talking about the story, Tom Holland said he liked it, and then unfortunately the strikes happened and that shut that down. But be rest assured, Spider-Man 4 is happening and it is coming in Phase 6, most likely between Avengers Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. It could come before Kang Dynasty, but from what some insiders have said, it looks like it's going to come after Kang Dynasty. But there is a really big movie coming before Kang Dynasty, and that is Doctor Strange 3. Reports from insiders have told us that this movie is confirmed to be happening, and basically Marvel Studios confirmed this as well with the post-credit scene for Multiverse of Madness, where Clea shows up and says, hey, you caused an incursion, we're gonna go fix it, and Doctor Strange basically just says, cool, let's go. And they go. And that's gonna play a big role in Doctor Strange 3, the incursions that are happening, and the role that Doctor Strange plays in both causing them and fixing them. Now, apparently Doctor Strange 3 is going to lead us into Avengers Kang Dynasty. And that makes sense because in Kang Dynasty, the Avengers are most likely going to lose. So Doctor Strange 3 is going to be about Strange trying to stop and fix incursions from happening, but then after Kang Dynasty, the whole multiverse is basically going to explode. So this is going to be a huge movie for Phase 6, and like I said, should come out before Kang Dynasty, leading right into it. Another big one is going to be Shang Chi 2. We know that the 10 rings are most likely some type of Kang technology. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania basically confirmed this for us, as well as Kamala Khan's bangle, but more on her in a bit. Shang-Chi 2 was actually confirmed about when the movie was released, and in fact the director of Shang-Chi, Destin Daniel Cretton, is going to be directing Kang Dynasty. So it would make sense for Shang-Chi 2 to come out before Kang Dynasty, or possibly right after. Since Destin Daniel Cretton handled Shang-Chi and now is doing Kang Dynasty, it would make sense for him to do Shang-Chi 2, and since all of the stories are really connected, it could work both ways, either right before or right after. But Marvel Studios has confirmed this. They confirmed Shang-Chi 2 is going to be happening. And a big one that we've heard about recently is Thor 5. Recently, in an official Thor Love and Thunder special booklet, Taika Waititi talked about what his future plot details would be for Thor 5. And also Chris Hemsworth said that he is of course down to come back, provided that the tone be different for Thor and the character have growth, which is what Taika Waititi wanted as well, speaking about the character growth. And obviously, since Thor is still around in the MCU and has recently come in contact with a cosmic entity, we're assuming that he's going to play a pretty big role in Secret Wars, possibly even making his return for Avengers Kang Dynasty as well. And in a battle for the universe, it's definitely good to have the God of Thunder on your side. Speaking of our MCU legacy Avengers, it's been rumored for a long time now and reported by insiders that we are going to be getting a World War Hulk movie. And it does seem like it is going to be coming in Phase 6. In fact, Captain America Brave New World and the Thunderbolts should set this movie up. Now, these movies are in Phase 5, but again, the Phase 5 schedule is already so packed, I don't really see where they could work this in Phase 5. So, it should be coming in Phase 6. We know that there's going to be at least one other Hulk in Captain America Brave New World, and that, of course, is going to be Red Hulk. We also know from She-Hulk that Hulk now has a son, Scar, and he is here on Earth. And since Captain America Brave New World is going to be experimenting more with super soldier serum, we're expecting even more Hulks to show up. Now, this isn't a classic World War Hulk story, obviously, but this story seems to be based off of multiple Hulks being on our Earth, on our world, and seems to be setting things up for a Hulk battle. Then we have the Eternals, number 2. There's been a lot of talk about this recently, and I definitely think this is still going to be made by Marvel Studios. However, at this point in time, we're not really sure if it's going to be in Phase 6 or Phase 7. It would make sense for it to be in Phase 6 and them deal with the Celestials, who of course would then deal with Kang, since the Celestials are basically in charge of a universe, and Kang is going about destroying universes. It would make sense for them to get involved. However, the story of the Eternals does seem to be a very secluded story, so we're not sure if that's going to have room in Phase 6. If they go the Celestial route and the impact that Kang is having, definitely in Phase 6, but if they plan to take it a different way, which they might, we might have to wait till Phase 7. But they did set up Harry Styles as Star Fox, and Pip the Troll was there as well, so they definitely have plans for Eternals 2. Then I've been hearing talk about Miss Marvel Season 2, and this, I would say, would make sense if we weren't about to see Kamala Khan again in the Marvels. Obviously, the bangle that Kamala Khan has seems to be some type of Kang technology. However, they are going to be addressing this, somewhat at least, in the Marvels. She's one of the main characters. She's one of the stars of the movie. So the Marvels essentially is Miss Marvel Season 2. We haven't really heard anything about a Miss Marvel Season 2, so I definitely don't think that is happening in Phase 6. However, people love Iman Vellani as Miss Marvel, so I'm sure there'll be a Season 2, but I think that's going to be after the events of Avengers Secret Wars. And that's a lot of projects that we know for Phase 6. There are a few projects, like some special presentations, like a Nova one or a Silver Surfer one, that are kind of unsure right now, but for the most part, that is pretty much our Phase 6. Those are a lot of projects that we have confirmed. Hopefully there are a few more that they throw in there that surprise us, but those are the big ones that are going to be coming. Now, we didn't mention the X-Men because there isn't going to be an official X-Men movie until Phase 7, possibly even Phase 8 if they decide to build up the individual mutants one by one and then eventually have an X-Men film. The X-Men film could be the very last film of Phase 7, or it could be in Phase 8 somewhere. That doesn't mean that we're not going to see X-Men in the MCU until Phase 7. In fact, we are going to see them. They're just going to be from other universes. These will be the old legacy Fox X-Men characters. We already have Hugh Jackman's Wolverine coming back. There's talks of Patrick Stewart's Professor X. Pretty much actually the entire original cast, from Halle Berry to Ian McKellen, James Marsden as Cyclops, the original cast plus Magneto and maybe a couple other villains. We'll see them in Secret Wars, and it sounds like we're going to see pretty much all of them in Deadpool 3. But as far as a new X-Men team in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that's going to come after the Multiverse Saga. I would love for Marvel Studios to surprise us with an X-Men film or a movie about some specific mutants, but I don't think that's going to happen. But Phase 6 already sounds pretty dang good, but let us know your thoughts about it in the comments down below. Do you like it? Do you not like it? What would you rather see? And what are you most excited about? Leave all your thoughts in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest news. Of course, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.